Please watch this. Wow, that's brilliant. What a beautiful transformation. Now that is by a master makeup artist called Samer Khouzami, but I want to recreate that look today on my skin. I do have mature skin. A lot of people come at me when I say I'm going to do mature skin makeup. I'm 46, y'all. I'll be 46 this year. Keeping all that aside, hi everyone, my name is Smitha Deepak, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you've already watched me, welcome back. I've been a makeup artist for over 20 years, and when I do makeup on my clients, especially if they have mature skin, I always start with the moisturizer. That's your first step. And today I'm going to be using the Confidence in a Cream. This is by It Cosmetics. This is definitely an anti-aging moisturizer, and it's really thick, so all you need is very little, and that definitely was not tad bit. I took a little too much. You don't need so much, but it definitely feels nice on the skin. Just apply a little bit, especially in areas where you have dry skin, and massage it gently all over your face and wait for it to completely absorb before you move to the next step. After moisturizer is when I go in with my SPF. This is from Color Science. It's the Sun Forgettable Total Protection Face Shield. I like to use the Glow one, and this has an SPF of 50. If you haven't used the sunscreen, what are you doing? Make sure you apply a generous amount of sunscreen and cover all parts of your face and neck. I'm not going to apply it on my neck today because I don't want it to get on my sweatshirt, but usually it's going to be my face and neck. It starts out looking like it's going to give you a white cast, but once it absorbs in the skin, it gives you just the most beautiful glow. I know it kind of looks crazy right now. You're going to let it sit for a couple minutes on your skin, and you will see that your skin will absorb this beautifully, and you only get that beautiful glow. There's going to be a little bit of a cast, but it's negligible. So it's been about 5 minutes, and this is how my face is looking. You can still see the glow, but not the sunscreen. The next and final step in the process is to use a primer, and I like something that's hydrating and also makes my skin glow, and I'm absolutely loving Milk Makeup's Cloud Glow. It's a lightweight multi-use product, and when I want that natural, sometimes a no makeup look with a little bit of glow, nothing too heavy on the skin, this is the product that I use. It's a lightweight multi-use product that delivers really natural, dewy looking glow on your skin, and it literally feels like nothing on your skin. The skin is prepped and we are good to go. Now Samer does the one layer makeup really well, and that is especially useful if you have mature skin because you still get all the products on your face, you still get the dimension, but you keep it just one layer. It skips foundation and goes directly in with the dimension products. I'm just going to follow his tutorial step by step. The only thing that I'm going to do different is because I have hyperpigmentation and dark circles, I'm going to go ahead and correct it, for which I'm going to be using a concealer that's an exact match to my skin tone. This is the Milani concealer in the shade 145, which is warm beige. I'm just applying it in areas where I have the hyperpigmentation, like under my eyes and around my mouth, and I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes before I blend it out. And I'm also using very less product. You don't need too much. I just need enough for it to conceal my dark circles and spots. I'm not trying to cake up here. By the way, the brush that I'm using is from Real Techniques, and I'm going to link that brush in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. Now that I've concealed, I'm going in with the dimension products. I'm going to do exactly how he's doing it. With mature skin, cream products are preferred to powder products because they don't look as much cakey. So I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer, and this is in the shade Fawn. And as I said, I'm going to be applying it exactly how he's applying it. You don't need to apply it that way as long as you know where the placement goes. But I'm going to follow his tutorial step by step to see if the results are going to be similar. Although it is contouring your face technically because you're placing it in those spots, this is a bronzer shade. So it's giving you warmth, and for that reason it gives you that dimension. And then he goes in really light with the highlighter shade. He's again using a cream product. We're just going to be focusing on cream products today. And for that I'm going to be using the Dominique Cosmetics Concealer in the shade Almond Milk. This is definitely a hydrating and a lightweight concealer, but gives you full coverage. And because we are highlighting with this, I'm focusing in areas where I usually highlight, which is going to be the high planes of my face. And between the bronzer and the highlighter is where I'm going to be doing the blush placement, and for that I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Grateful. As you can see, this is one layer. We didn't apply a foundation, but we're we're just using dimension products to create the dimension. He starts blending this out, but I like to use a setting spray over this before I blend it out. This is the Benefit Professional Super Setter. I'm going to spritz a generous amount before I start blending it out. I like to start blending the deeper products first and then go in with the lighter products. Also, it may look so weird right now, but you just have to trust the process when it comes to makeup. And for my nose contour, I'm going to be using this brush. This is by Rose & Ben Beauty. This is going to take some time, so take it slow. It's okay if you need some time. And I'm assuming you're not going to be doing this every single day. This is for special events. And don't worry if it looks harsh right now. This is all going to come together at the end. And now I'm going to blend out the blush. The way these products blend out is a dream. And now we will blend out the concealer. This concealer has a beautiful formula, and I was thinking for a minute why I stopped using this. The only reason being I didn't have the right shade. I think this is too light for me and it's perfect for highlighting, but I have so much hyperpigmentation, so I need something that's a true match to my skin tone to color correct everything and conceal everything before I even highlight. But I'll definitely start using this concealer more regularly. I've started to notice that blending out just one layer of makeup like this has definitely minimized emphasizing my fine lines and wrinkles, which can happen, of course, with multiple layers. This creates a more natural sculpted look without the heaviness, and it also allows your skin to breathe and maintain a youthful, radiant appearance. And that's precisely what I'm getting when I look at myself in the mirror here. So this is what we have right now. I'm going to spritz a second layer of setting spray and I'm going to use a sponge to blend out further so it looks seamless. Blending out this way with a sponge definitely makes it look more seamless. So what I would advise is use a brush first to ease out everything and blend it out, and then you can use a sponge to go over it and that'll give you a seamless blend. Okay, now that looks really good. It's not emphasizing any fine lines or texture or anything like that. But my concern here is it might settle in the fine lines and crease, for which I do need a little bit of powder. And he does apply a little bit of powder, but he places it very strategically. I'm going to be using the One Size translucent loose powder, and he's using it only to bake. But for me, my concealer settles in these fine lines and in my smile lines, so I'm going to lightly set that first before I bake. And I'm going to let the powder sit there as well. I'm not going to dust it off immediately. That's it. And now I'm going to bake exactly like how he's baking. He's using it to further contour his nose and in the jawline. I'm using a powder puff from One Size here, and he also brought it down to the neck. I'm gonna let this sit just like he did before I finish up the eye makeup, and then we can dust this off. The eye makeup is simple, clean, and sophisticated. I'm going to first dip into depth because he's using a deeper brown at the crease. This is from the Boring palette, which is my collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics. With the Rose & Ben blending brush, I'm going to blend this out at the crease. Make sure to use very less product at a time and do it very light-handedly. This is a buildable product. To warm up the very outer corner, I'm using a setting powder by Makeup Forever. This is the HD Skin Matte Setting Powder, and I'm using the shade Coffee. Again, with a flat fluffy brush from Rose & Ben, I'm going to buff it out, and I'm going to keep adding more till I'm happy with the intensity. And then I'm dipping into Halo from my palette, and I'm going to use it in the inner half of my lid. I'm pressing it in with a flat, fluffy brush. And then I'm picking up that setting powder with a flat brush. And I'm going to smudge it in my lash line, starting with the very outer corner of my top lash line and bring it all the way to the lower lash line. And then he tight lines in the very outer corner with an eye pencil. And I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD pencil in graphite, which is black. And I'm going to tight line as well. This is a great way to give that lifted effect in the outer corner and works especially well if you have droopy eyes. To finish up, I'm going to curl my lashes, and for mascara, I'm using the highly rated tubing mascara. This is by Milani. I'm applying a good coat to my top lashes and very lightly to my bottom lashes. I'm also going to be using false lashes, but before that, I'm going to quickly fill in my brows, for which I'm going to be using the Kokie Cosmetics pencil in chocolate brown. He also uses a brow pencil. It's definitely much softer than using a pomade. And when you use a micro fine tip pencil like this, it's very easy to draw natural looking hair-like strokes. And this pencil is an excellent dupe for the Precisely My Brow from Benefit Cosmetics. And I'm going to be using very light lashes as well. These are Lily Lashes in Daydreamer. These are self-adhesive lashes, so you don't even need glue. Just peel it and stick it. And as you can see, it just adds a little bit more volume than what I already have. And here's the completed eye makeup. So simple and sophisticated. It is a sophisticated brown smoky eye. It looks light, it doesn't weigh down on your lid, and looks chic with any outfit. I love the way that's looking. Let's go ahead and dust this off. And if you feel like it still looks harsh, or if you still see some powder around, all you have to do is take your damp sponge again and just go over it. And now for lips. He used a nude lip liner and a lipstick. For lip liner, I'm going to be using the Smashbox lip liner in medium brown. I'm going to use it in the borders and slightly shade it in the inner part of the lip before I use the lipstick. That way it blends well with the lipstick. And for lipstick, I'm going to be using Estee Lauder in Wrong Number. Just dabbing right in the center like this before I spread it out. Now he did keep it glossy and classy. It sounds so cheesy, but he kept it glossy. So I'm going to be using a transparent gloss by LH Cosmetics. And that's it, my friends. Here is the completed look. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so comment below and let me know. Personally, I love this look and I hope you do as well. Check out my description box for all the products that I use. You can also click on the view products link embedded within this video on the left bottom corner. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I love you guys so much and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.